These are the best ways to prepare for the next update in Anime Expeditions. If you want to maximize your material gain before the update, you have to do every single challenge. It doesn't matter if it's the weekly, the daily, or the regular challenge. You have to finish them. Just doing the trait reroll challenges alone, on weekdays you get 30 from the regular and 10 from the daily, with the amount doubling on weekends. If you can't do it on weekdays, at least do your challenges on the weekend to get some quick trait rerolls, sprites, stat locks, and stat rolls. The next thing you want to do is full buy every shop in the game. These shops include the Gold Shop, the Raid Shop, and the Expedition Shop. If you're on PC, the easiest way to fully buy the Raid Shop is to macro the Spirit City stages. To quickly fully buy the Gold Shop, you have to build the gold mine in the Expeditions area and grind Expeditions for fuel cells. Once you have 50 to 100 fuel cells, you can put them all in the gold mine and wake up in the next morning with 300k to 600k gold. So I have 65 fuel cells right now. If I were to confirm and add everything, every fuel cell produces 2,000 to 2,500 per fuel, and it takes 300 seconds without upgrading my building. To full buy the Expedition Shop, you have to first build the shop, go to the Expedition Shop, and then spend all of your Expedition coins on every single thing in here. Of course, do all your quests. I mean, if you really want to. I personally wouldn't, besides the weeklies, because it doesn't really give you way too many rates or other resources. But if you want to do absolutely everything, the quest shop is great, or the quests are great. The event shop is a very useful shop in this game. If you were to stack up all of your event coins, you can easily obtain a lot of these event items. An easy way to get these event coins is through the bounty board. So what you do is you basically reroll until you get these mythic bounties. And you can do up to 10 of them every single time, and they do not reset as far as I know, because I've had these mythic and legendary bounties for around a week. So what you would do is you'd spend 1,000 coins just to re-roll one of these bounties. So I'll do one. Okay, I got a rare. I'll do it again. Okay, I got epic. Another one. Legendary, nice. I'll just keep doing that until I get hopefully mythics or legendaries. There we go. One more, nice. So now I have legendaries and mythic as long as you have enough gold, which is honestly pretty easy to get. The next thing you want to do is literally bank all the trait rerolls and gems that you get. Do not spend these before the update releases, because there could be a ton of units you get in the next update that change the meta. Saving your trait rerolls effectively gives you a better chance at rolling for the best traits in the game, or whatever trait is most suited for a new character. Of course, you can spend your trait rerolls and gems at the start of every update. You just have to start doing this around by the time you have most of the units and you got what you wanted. Stockpiling gems will also help because they may possibly release new gem banner units, and even if they don't, it's a chance to obtain the secret unit like Megumi or any other one that might release in the future. The best way to stockpile gems, in my opinion, is the King's Tomb Mastery Story Mode stage. Once you beat the King's Tomb, you can get 100 gems per run. After completing King's Tomb, you can do the Mastery stage to get you a ton of items. This can net you around 40 to 50k gems at the start of every standard macro session. At the end of every standard macro session. Step 4. Keep your mana fat. No. You rap about an Audi too much. Because my Audi paid off, bitch. Step 4. Keep your mana flasks and your best food items for the next update. You would obviously want to max out every unit for the next update, so keeping all your food would be the easiest way to keep your units up to par with everyone else's. You can also use the Expeditions training camp, but that just takes longer, and of course everyone wants the quickest way to get the best units, so that's just a long way to level your units up. I would mostly recommend using the training camp for like units that you don't need at the moment, but you want to level up just for later, so maybe you'll need to use it in a different strategy or whatever you need it for. You can also use the training crowns to grind worthiness without actually playing with the units that you have put onto here. So that would be easy for evolutions, getting all your SSS to Z stats, and that's pretty much it for that. Doing the story mastery stages is also a great way to grind sprites. Every single stage completed, you get around 5 sprites for any mastery stage in the game. So using that to your advantage, you can just stockpile a ton of the different sprite colors. If there are around like 5 to 10 new units in the update, if we're lucky, you would be able to probably evolve most characters, or at least 2 to 3 in that next update, because honestly they cost a lot, but it's mostly about the gray sprites and less about the other colors. Let's say it was the start of update 0.5 and I wanted to evolve my Dark Mage. I would need some rainbow sprites, a few red sprites, and a few yellow sprites, plus obviously the item you need to evolve him. But most of these units won't need the same exact sprites, so if you stockpile every single one, you max them out, you'll probably have enough to evolve certain units. If you have a good sub-meta or meta team for the latest update, you can attempt the tournaments. So basically, even just participating in the tournament can give you some items, but actually like excelling and doing good in the tournament can net you some good items. If I go to leaderboard rewards right here, global top 1 obviously gets, you know, a ton of trait rerolls, some gems, and obviously an exclusive unit for that one person alone, plus like these two. You also get a ton of crowns, which I'm not actually sure where you would use those, maybe like a tournament shop. But you also get like exclusive skins like this for your farm. And again, even just being in the top 100, so participating in it once gives you around 50 crowns, 5 trait rerolls, 500 gems, and let me claim my rewards. It didn't work. No team found for that season. No team found. Season has not ended. So if I were to do these two, and I get some good time on the leaderboard, see I'm number 53. Somehow I think I was able to kill a ton more than these dudes, but I don't even know. I would basically be able to get, if I were to be on top 1, I would get all of these items, plus this exclusive badge. This one is more of a passive grind, but as long as you're macroing, you can basically just claim your rewards from like the battle pass. I'm level 37 right now. It actually takes a really long time to do this unless you macro every night. I'm almost there, but you can get a exclusive unit and you can get a ton of rerolls here. And if you have the money and you buy the battle pass, you can probably get around 200-300 trait rerolls from here. There's also the event battle pass that you just get through doing the battle pass quests. I maxed out this, so I can get Grimjaw skin if I buy the battle pass, which I might, because it's honestly pretty good for trait rerolls, plus like just anything else in general. And you know, I like this skin a lot, so I might actually use it. Plus you get emotes and stuff like that. I mean, doing these is just great for like cosmetic purposes as well. And that reminds me, if there is a event going on, you can macro this, and macroing overnight, for example, the villain event gets you around 100 to 150k villain currency depending on how fast your macro clears are. You can get every single new unit from like the banner, and if you macro this every night, you know, at the start of an update, because that's usually when you would do it, just to get the new characters, you have a possibility of getting the secret. I've gotten the secret around twice now, which was pretty lucky, but you know, some people get lucky with those shinies. And something funny is that even the event shop for the villain one, for example, has a ton of resources. So if I were literally to just grind this out, I can get 200 of these for like 200k, and I would get a ton of sprites, a ton of the Evo items, a ton of equipment rolls, star rolls, equipment locks, stat locks, and all of the equipment for the specified unit. Of course, the villain event also has quests, so you can get your villain coins. And there's also the items you get passively, like the villain chests, which give you a ton of resources. Let's see if I can get Crow Rider right here with these 115. As you can see, I got absolutely nothing, but this is very good for stat rerolls, stat locks, great with crystals, and the such. Now I can even spend on the event banner. Let's see. Absolutely nothing. I got an immortal. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we're done with that one. We can move on here, but I will not be summoning right now because Flame Emperor is trash. He's only good for DPS. Okay. That's all of the macroing advice I have for today. If you're on mobile, honestly, good luck. But, you know, Android has its own macros. iOS, actually, good luck. You'll have to grind all of this out. But if you like that, it'll be worth it for you, honestly. So, yeah, that's it. Have a good one.